And in the studio with us, Maestro Delta David Gier, the director of the South Dakota Symphony Orchestra. And tell us about the Space Odyssey.
Well, it's an exciting production this weekend. It's got a lot of moving parts, a lot of different kinds of music, all of them related to space. Plenty of film scores. There's classical music that's been used in films, such as that iconic moment in 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Dawn of Man, is a piece by Richard Strauss called Also sprach Zarathustra. People generally don't know that classical piece of music, but Elvis also used it to open his shows, so it's a very familiar piece.
Hey, if it's good enough for Elvis, it's good enough for us.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So, there'll be plenty of film scores. We'll do stuff from Star Wars and Star Trek, and Aliens is another one, and we even have a little bit of the Jetsons in there. So.
Well, how did you come up with this playlist?
Well, it's a challenge. I mean, last year we did an all John Williams program, which sold out and was really a lot of fun. So, if you have a success, how do you capitalize on it? So we decided to go this route with the space concert. Finding the music, the physical parts for the orchestra to play is quite a challenge. I actually got this 4-disc set put out by the Prague Symphony of sci-fi music. I went through the entire thing, and I made a list of all the pieces that I thought would be good on the concert. Went through the fine print on the liner notes and found out who the publishers were, and I sent it all to my librarian, a list of about 40 different pieces that she could look into. She had like 2 or 3 that she came back with that we could actually get our hands on.
Wow.
Well, first of all, I'm impressed that you have your own librarian. I mean,
That's
not easy to come by.
she's up for sainthood this year. Yeah. Pat Masick, she's also our second flutist in the orchestra. Yeah, she's a terrific lady. So that was a challenge, just finding the music. Some of it is published, like John Williams has a whole signature series that you can actually purchase. But most of that stuff, like the music from Aliens and Capricorn 1 by Jerry Goldsmith and that sort of thing, it's really hard to get your hands on it. So we did find it. It took several months actually of investigation to find it. Yeah.
We were talking about this on the air, and I think this is a great point that you make, is not only is this going to appeal to the parents that know this music from when we grew up with it, but the kids know this stuff too, and it kind of turns them onto the orchestra also.
Absolutely. Well, if you're looking for an entry point into experiencing symphonic music, live symphonic music, this is a fabulous concert because it will contain a lot of really, really great music, also music that is familiar to people. And if you're a parent who's looking to expose your kids to this kind of thing, this is a perfect concert for that.
And one of the things that you mentioned is you also have music from a video game, from Halo.
From Halo, that's right. That was quite a feat, actually. I had to go to the experts on this, which would be my son, and who's a gamer. And I said, so, Gabe, if I'm doing a space concert and I want to include something from a video game, what music do I use? And he looked at me, crossed his eyes, he goes, duh, Halo. It's the greatest music on a video game ever. So that put me on an odyssey of trying to find this music, which was even more difficult than a film score. I went to ASCAP in New York, who sent me to Los Angeles, and I ended up talking to the composer who lives in Seattle. And it turns out that Microsoft actually owns the rights to all of his music.
That doesn't surprise me.
And he's really frustrated because he would love to have his music out there played by orchestras and bands in high schools and all of that, but Microsoft simply doesn't care.
Well, between Microsoft and Steve Jobs' Apple, they own everything.
Yeah, so no joke.
It's their world. How did you get the clearance out of it? How did you finally get it?
I got the blessing from the composer himself to get an arrangement made, and our own Jeremy Haig here in Sioux Falls created a marvelous arrangement. So this is the full deal. I mean, a large orchestra, chorus. A good 10 minutes from all 3 versions of Halo that he's pieced together. It's a very dynamic piece.
Well, we need to get the dates out there and the ticket info too, if you would, please.
Sure. It's this coming Saturday night, the 21st, 7:30, at the Sommervold Hall in the Washington Pavilion. You can get tickets by visiting our website, which is sdsymphony.org. or you can also go to the Pavilion box office.
Will there be a Wookiee? Will there be a Yoda? Are we going to see any of the Star Wars characters?
Well, last year we had these guys. They're called the 501st Legion, and it's a worldwide organization of volunteers who get their costumes vetted by LucasArts, and they make no money at this. And they actually contacted us when they saw we were doing a John Williams concert, and they generally do like Make-A-Wish kind of things. Like they'll show up at a hospital
Sure.
and a kid gets to
Yeah.
battle Darth Vader, that kind of thing. So we had like nine or 10 different characters, including a Darth Maul that you would think was really the Darth Maul. A Darth Vader whose costume was just out of this world, and he kicked me off the podium in a death grip.
Well, there you go.
Well, no, I mean, we were playing his music, and it's like,
my.
no, man, you don't get to play this music. This is my music. And then I got to go back and kick him off the podium with a lightsaber, which I stole off of a Padawan.
Maestro Delta David Gier of the South Dakota Symphony Orchestra. We're looking forward to this show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.